Hello, welcome back. This is another Codeword Sudoku that I've made. It's from memory, it's a rather difficult one. So this is not one for the new people new to cryptic Sudokus. It might be a bit difficult perhaps, but if you've been doing cryptic Sudokus for a while and you'd like a challenge, then this is certainly a bit of a challenge, I think. To start with, I'll explain the rules of this one. These words, excuse me, these words here correspond with each of these cages. So cog, car, cap and iron have to go into all these 3-letter cages. Cramp can only fit into that 5-letter cage. Now, how can you get the letters into a cage? Well, all these letters here have to make a code word. And there's only 9 letters because there's only 9 numbers on the board. And once you've figured out the code word that these 9 letters make, then you know the number of the code word. The first letter is represented by a 1, the second letter by a 2, etc. So once you've figured out the code word, let's say it starts with a C and an O or something like that, then when you want to put in, and say it ends in a G, so if that starts with a C and O, then that would be a 1, that would be a 2, makes 3, and if G is the last letter, that would be 9. 9 and 3 is 12. So then COG would go into the 12 cage, one of those 12 cages, if that was the case. As an example, so you need to figure out the code word and then put all these letters in, represented by their numbers, into the cages, and you add them up. So you add up ING, whatever the value is for those in the code word, and if you get that adds up to 23, then you would put the numbers in there for ring that add up to 23. And then you have to go and do the Sudoku, which in itself is a little bit of a difficult one. So overall it's quite a long-winded puzzle. There is a 9-letter word in the puzzle also, going up, left, down or right. Now that's an important piece of information. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is going to go somewhere in this puzzle, either up, down, left or right. It could go up that way, across that way. And that means you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's going to help solve the puzzle very much easier if you can figure out where that goes. Otherwise, normal Sudoku rules apply. Kill a cage sums to the number in the corner. Now the other rule, numbers cannot repeat in the shaded area of the same size shading. So that one and those ones are the same size shading, so you can't have a number repeating in those ones, you can't have a number repeating in those regions, and in these shaded areas here. So it's like having another 3 regions on the board that you can't have the numbers repeating in. That helps to solve it as well, and that's about all the rules that you need to know. So if you'd like to click on the link in the description below and have a go at it yourself. You might need a pen and a paper perhaps to figure out the code word and the numbers to put in. And good luck with it. It's quite a difficult one, I think. Pardon me. So I have the solution written down here in my rules, so I'm about to show you that now. So if you don't want to see the code word and the solution, then pause the video right now and come back if you have any problems. So I'm about to tell you the code word and the answer. As I slide down here, it will be revealed. So the solution is comparing, and I thought it was a relatively easy one because it had an ING in there, and also if you notice all the small words in here were all fairly small numbers that they had to add up to, so it kind of gives you a clue. All those little words have a C in them, so it kind of gives you a fair indication that the C was at the start of the word as well. So a word starting with C and ending in ING there was fairly easy to figure out. At least I thought so. I guess if you didn't, I should have mentioned that earlier. If you didn't want to be bothered working out the code word, you could just Google those letters and ask for a 9-letter word, and it would have solved that for you. And then you can just do the Sudoku. Even going from this stage to doing the Sudoku is quite an interesting challenge. So what you have to do now. Cramp is that one there, so it has to be 16534. 16534. I think this one there, okay, because all of those ones add up to 19, so they have to go in the 19 cage. So ring adds up to 30, so it has to go in the 30 cage, and it is 6, 7, 8, 9. This one adds up to 16, 6, 2, 5, 3. The 23 is 3, 5, 7, 8. The 18 is 1, 2, 7, 8. 17 is 7, 2, 8. 10 is 1, 5, 4. And now these two both add up to 12. So which cage which one of these has to go in which cage? So we've got 1, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 9. So 1, 2, 9. Just having a look at the numbers we've got here. Those ones and those ones, we don't have a 2 at all, so we're going to have a 2 in there, aren't we, to make up that row. So that means this 1, 2, 9 has to go in there. 1, 2, 9, and then the 1, 5, 6 must go in that one. So that's put all the things in. Now we'll just do a bit of Sudokuing and see what we can figure out. We'll look for doubles and triples to start with. There's a 1, 4, 5 there, which eliminates the 1 and the 5 there, so that gives us a 6 there. What have we got over here? 3. Oh, this quadruple one here can't have a 3, 5, 7 or 8, so that can't be a 3 or a 5. And now that gives us a 1, 4, 6 triple. Means that can't be a 1, 4, 6, and those ones can't be a 1. So 2, 9 gives us a 1 there. That's not a bad start. I can't see any others at all, however. So what else can we do? So I can't see any other things that can be eliminated at this point. Those can't be, those can't be. 1, 4, 6, there's no 1, 4, 6s. Okay, let's put in a few little numbers. There's a 1, 5 and a 1, 5 there. So that means down here we've got to have a 1 and a 5 somewhere. The 1's not there. Is it? Doesn't tell us. Yeah, I was just thinking about where this code word might be. We can't figure it out. There could be a 1 and a 9 there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be the 5 there. Oh, it can't be there because the 1's got to be there, so it can't be down there. Could be across there. There's a whole blank space there it could be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It actually fits in that one as well. So that's not helping much at this stage. So what other things have we got? 2, 7. There's no other doubles that way. 1, 4, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. 2, 9. 6 has to go there, and there or there. That doesn't help at this stage either, does it? I might have to look at these grey things. I assume that's what they're there for. I made this puzzle a long time ago and I can't particularly remember how to do it, to be honest. But I remember the grey things had something to do with it. If we look at these ones, this one's an obvious one because those ones and those two have to make up a region, and those ones and those two have to make up a region. So those two grey squares have to equal those two white squares. I don't know if that helps. I'll put the numbers in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that one has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so does that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they can't be a 1, 5, so I can get rid of the 1, 5. And that one can't be a 4, so I can get rid of the 4. And that hasn't helped greatly, has it? Oh, well, it tells us that I don't know which one's which though, do we? One of them's a 2, 3 and one of them's a 2, 3, 4. But I don't know which one goes with... Oh, well, actually, that one can't be that one. So we'll call that one the 2, 3, 4, which it has to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. because that one can't be that one, and that one has to be that one, so that one has to be the 2, 3, doesn't it? 1, 4, 5, so it did help a little bit. Can't eliminate anything else, can I, to get what they are? Don't think at this stage. What can we do with this other grey line here? Now, if there's something on the grey line, like these ones can't be on the grey line over here, can they? So that tells us that none of them are a 1. So there has to be a 1 there or there in that box. So that gives us a 1 there, there, and a 1 there, there. Which definitely eliminates the code word being in that column. The 2 can't, okay, we'll have to do that as an if. If that's a 2, the 2 can't go on any of that. But we know the 2 has to go in that cage. So if that's a 2, that would have to be a 2. Ha ha ha. And if that was a 2 and that was a 2, there would be nowhere to put a 2 in there, would there? We have a 2 there and a 2 there, and we couldn't put a 2 in that cage, so that can't work. So that tells us that one has to be a 9, and that one has to be a 2. And that means we've got a 2 there. We could still put the 2. Actually, that means the 2 is one of those grey ones, but we don't know which one. But the good thing about that is that means that's not the code word across there. Let's go looking for where the code word might go. I think we might be able to find it now. We can't go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Can't go there. Can't go there because of that. Can't go that one. Can't go in any of those 4 because you'd need a 9 there. So that's all the across ones eliminated. Let's look at the down ones. So we said it can't go there. There's got to be a 1 there or there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There'd have to be a 6 there, a 6 there. Can't be 1, 2. That works. 3, 4, 5. That works. 6, 7. No, there'd have to be a 7 there, 7 there, 7 there. They don't work. This one still works going down at the moment. It could be there. 1, 2. That one doesn't work. 1, 2. That one doesn't work. So far that one. Going this way. 1, 2. No, that can't be a 2. 1. That works, but that has to be a 7. That would have to be a 1. That would have to be a 1. That would have to be 1, 1, 1, 1. So none of those working across that way. What about going up? 1. Nope. 2, 3, 4. That one doesn't work. Obviously that one can be because it's blank. 1. That one doesn't work going up. 1, 2. No. That one's a 1. So no. Would have to be a 1. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, no. And 1, no. So none of the ones work going up. So this is the only possibility for the code word. We just got to figure out if it goes up or down. Now, did I check this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that would have to be a 7. Okay. So how do we tell if it goes up or down? If it goes down, 1, 2, 2 could go there. 3, 4, 5. 5 could go there. 6. 6 could go there. 7. Oh, does that mean 7? But the 7 could be there. But then that would mean the 8 would be there, and we couldn't have an 8 there because of this cage here. There's either going to be a 7 or an 8 in there, so we can't have a 7, 8 there. So it doesn't go down. Can it go up? 1, 2, 3, 4, will it be okay? 4, I think it must be because it's the only other option. There's a 4, okay. 5, the 5 can go there, that's okay. 6 is okay. 7's okay. 8. That means that would have to be the 8. That would work, and that would have to be the 9. I think that's the only spot that it can go. So that has to be the code word coming up here. And that's going to help solve most of the puzzle. So we can eliminate a whole heap of things now. That one's not an 8, so that gives us that one up there has to be the 8. Not a 5, 6, not a 6, not a 3, not an 8, not a 1. That tells us that one is a 3, which tells us that one has to be the same as this one, so that one's a 3. Not a 3, not a 3, that one's now a 2, so that's a 3, 5, 6, 4. I've got to get rid of both those 5s, got a 5 there and a 5 there, so the 5 goes there now. Not a 2. I've got rid of a heap of things. 6, that's not a 4. So that one's got to be the 1 now, because the 1 had to go there, there, or there. It's a 1, which means that's a 1. That's not a 1, that's not a 1. I've got a 2, 5 pair now, that has to be a 1 in that box. That's a 5, that's a 1, that's a 2. Not a 5, that one's a 5. Heap up the top here. 7, 1, 2. And not there. What else? We can get that one now. It's got to be a 2 in that box. And these two have to be 3, 7, 8 from that box. But we've got a 3, 5 pair there, so that can't be a 3, and that can't be a 3, so that's now got to be a 3. So there's a 7, 8 pair there. 7, 8 pair there, that one's the 5. What goes in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9 in here. Where can they go? Anywhere there's a 4, 6 there, the 9 would have to go there. And a 4, 6, I can't tell where they go, I don't think, at this stage. Just put them in like that. Can't do anything with those ones. 2, 4, 6, no. What's missing off this? We might be able to tell something. 1, we need a 2. There's got to be a 2 on that as grey squares, so that one can't be the 2. That's got to be the 4. Oh, and it had to be the same as that one, so that's correct. We need a 2, a 7, an 8, and a 9. 6, 4. Don't know if I can tell where any of those go at this stage. 2, 7, 8, 9. I could put them in, but I might see what else we can get first. What have we got up here? 1, 2, 3. We need a 4 on that grey line somewhere. 6, 7, and an 8. Oh, that will give me that number if I know what has to go on there. It's going to be a 4, 6, 7, 8, I just said. 4, 6, 7, 8. Assuming I looked at that right, I'll check that. 1, 2, 3. No, not a 6. There's a 6 there. So 1, 2, 3. We need a 4. We've got a 5. We've got a 6. Oh, it's only 4, 7, 8. There was only 3 things missing. Easy peasy. So that one is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's got to be the 9. So 4, 7 pair there. That one's got to be the 8. And that's the 7. That's the 4. That's the 7. That's the 8. Gives us these ones. Now once you get that code word down there, it all falls into place relatively easily. We should be able to get these two, maybe 1, 2, we need a 3 and a 9 to go in there. Yep, the 3 goes there, 9 there, because of that 3 there. Now that one up there has to be a 2, 7 pair. Don't know where they go yet. What these two have to be? 1, 2, 3, a 4 and a 6. The 4 has to go there because of that one down the bottom. And a 6 there. Yeah, now what? What's we got here? A 2, 7 or 8. 2, 7, 8. Which leaves us with 1. Does the 2 have to go there? Yeah, the 2 has to go there because it can't go there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a 7, 8, 9 there. 7, 8 there, that one's a 9, and that's a 7, 8 pair. Can't resolve those at this stage. Have to put some more numbers in up the top. Oh, that one there's an easy one. 1, 2, 3, that's got to be. And what about these two? 1, 2, 3, a 4 and a 9. That's got to be the 9, and that's got to be the 4. Get rid of those, and that. Means the 4 has to be in the middle. Now that's a 6, that's a 1, that's a 4. That gives us a 5 and a 1, and then the 5 gives us a 3 and the 5. And then in here we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's got to be the 5. That's got to be the 6. Didn't look like we need that region-y thing up here. Haven't used it. 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6 and an 8 has to go there. 6, 8. That's a 7, 2, 8, 7, 8. Oops, not an 8. What did I do then? Oh, I've just clicked on two things again. It was an 8. That's a 7, and that's a 2. And okay, one up here, we need a 2. Can only go in that box. 1, 2, 3 can only go there. 4, 5, 6, 7 can only go there. And 9 can only go there. And done. And I assume we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on there. But yeah, I didn't even need that region up there. So yeah, got there. That was quite a difficult one. Like I said, I haven't done that for quite a while, so it was good to go back and have another go at it. I hope you managed to get through that. It was a little bit tricky, certainly for if you were new to doing cryptic Sudokus, you might have found that very, very difficult. But I'm sure the Crack and the Cryptic guys would do it in a I don't know what word to say there, in a breeze it would be for them, I guess. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will make some more. Thank you for watching.